That's right.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Joker's Wild Wednesday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. James P. Madonna is in New Jersey, right close to the river, Hudson River.
Well,
And
yeah, and the harbor.
N.A. Journey is in Louisiana, close to the Mississippi River, as I am close to the Mississippi, but not quite as close.
Is
Uh,
that David or is that Mr. Journey?
Ah, we're going on a Lenten journey.
Oh, okay.
My pilgrims every spring.
Yeah, like the hey, did the crawdads ever migrate, or do they pretty much stay there? in one
they just stay. I'm looking out my window, and the lady's sitting there. The lady is sitting in her yard eating crawfish
spot?
right there.
Yeah, actually, there are two different species. A crawdad is not the same as a crawfish, even though they look alike.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, look at
And
that.
they build mounds
Yeah,
like
they build the little castles.
like termite mounds. Yeah, castles. Yeah, Sierra Nevada. Wow.
Here's one called Sierra Nevada Hop Tropical IPA. Was introduced for 2025. It's brewed in California and North Carolina, and it's been making a big splash because Sierra Nevada has been putting out some kind of ho hum products lately, but this one looked like they really nailed it. 6.5% alcohol. I'll show the website in a little bit.
Yeah, the Carolinas are having a bad fire, right? What is that like? Is
South
that
Carolina, yeah, real
forest
bad
fire?
fire.
It's incredible, huh?
And by the way, Carolina was named after Carol, or in English, Charles, King of England, Charles II.
Oh, I didn't know that. That looks very citrusy. That color.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah, lemon, like a lemon meringue.
Yeah, I was gonna say pineapple, but it's what
Yeah,
more.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Carolina means land of Charles. So in Latin, it's Carol. In German, it's Carl. In English, it's Charles. And in Spanish, it's Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is Charles in Spanish. Yeah,
In
Carlos.
Italian, it's Carlo. Carlo. Okay.
Yeah, may I just a moment of silent prayer for the Carolina parakeet, which is extinct.
Oh,
I watched a video on a very attractive bird and the only indigenous parrot to um, this part of North America, the United States.
Well, James, we used to have the great big black. It was about the size of a crow, woodpecker, in Louisiana. It had gone extinct, and I swear I saw one last year.
It's a black woodpecker, like a raven. You mean?
Yeah, like a big red-headed woodpecker.
yeah. There was a report. There was a report in the newspaper that somebody saw one in that swamp between Louisiana and Mississippi. Yeah.
And when they peck that tree, they're loud.
They're
They're loud.
Yeah, they're big like that, big, not little.
Joker's Wild Wednesday with Ronald J. Cheerio.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, right. Well, I tried to find the winery website, and all I could find are the retail establishments that sold it. But this is oh damn it, the well, you know what I mean.
Colorasi or something.
No, it's Casa di Rocco, Casa di Rocco, Casa di Rocco Pinot Noir, red wine. It's imported from Italy, but I chose Pinot Noir because it happens to be the richest source, the most powerful antioxidant of all the red wines. So it's very good for you. So
Yeah.
And then contaminated with glyphosate.
Anyway, Ronald Terrio's familiar with this glass. So.
That looks like a
Casa
good
de Rocco. Yeah, I wish we could find their website. I don't see their website either.
Dollar Tree. As I always say, nice and thick and durable. You can probably kill somebody with this glass, but look how thick it is. Intricate design and good, very good sound.
Yes, I bought one back when it was Dollar Tree. Now it's $1.25 tree, but I did buy it when you suggested it. What's the ABV on the Casa de Rocco?
Those rat bastards.
I believe that at $1.25, they have better products than they did when they were $1.
Really?
All right, here we
You ever
go.
gone in there, or you just staying away because of price now?
No, I go in there sometimes.
You know how you are with price.
I'm looking for it. Oh, here we go. I'm using the magnifier on my phone, which is very nice. Okay, here we go. 13%. No, geez, 13%. And trying to see if there's any product of Italy. I know Pinot Noir is a French grape, but it's good though. I usually get Shiraz, but this is good. Okay, yeah. So it's from Italy and imported by Savorian Incorporated, Brooklyn, New York. Savorian imports it. Okay, Casa de Rocco. Mirror. I think they call that mirror. When you hold something up, you have to remove the mirror effect. I wonder if I can do it.
Yeah, it does make a glare sometimes. I can't find a website for Savorian. Oh man, wait a minute. Not so fast. Got it. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see if we can find.
He's an internet researcher. This one.
That's good.
Our wines. Here we go to our wines.
How's your new PC doing, Ronald? Is it still
working great? That old one was so.
Yeah, for some reason in the old days your video was very pixely and blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a very old system, so it couldn't keep up. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing Casa de Rocco on their website, so that's really aggravating.
Yeah, Casa, yeah, CASA.
They're saying that they've got 750,000 products and distributors, 1,300 distributors. So yeah, I'll see what I can find, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to.
I looked at the wines put out by them. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I found a store website. Now we're going to go on to Budweiser Zero.
I can tell by the enthusiasm. You just can't wait for this review. Okay, I'm looking at the can right now. This is rocking in 50 calories per can. It says on there 0 and 0 sugars, but it does come in at 12.1 grams of carbohydrates. What are those carbohydrates if it's not sugar? It's maltodextrin.
Right.
What is maltodextrin? I was told that it's a starch.
Yeah, like cornstarch.
Yeah, kind of like a cornstarch.
Yeah, like they put in a stir fry, in a Chinese stir fry there to thicken up the cornstarch.
So if you look at the can, it looks just like a faded red Budweiser can with no color. It says it's the Great American Budweiser Taste.
Right.
Logo says United States of America in it. I've never noticed that in Budweiser's logo. Maybe I'm just not looking at it as closely enough. I was just looking on this trying to get some information on it. There's a slight smidgen of protein in this, a smidgen of fat, and that's it. So basically what you have is a beer product without alcohol in it. So what does it look like? It looks like Budweiser. Not much to really say.
You know what's interesting about Budweiser is that their labels were in German until 1908. So if you bought a Budweiser beer before 1908,
I wasn't
the whole
allowed
label,
to no.
the label was in German. Yeah, there was so many Germans in St. Louis.
Oh.
It's like in New Orleans, the Times Picayune used to be in French.
Was it the Germans
Germans in Louisiana too.
that trained?
That's why we have something called the German coast.
Wait, what now? Wait, I couldn't understand. James, you said something, and David said something. What did you say, James?
I can't hear you because you're not speaking up, James.
James, what did you say?
No. Was it Germans that taught the Mexicans how to make their beer?
Oh yeah, yep. Germans and Austrian Germans.
And Austrians, okay.
Yeah, otherwise they'd be drinking their own spit still.
They'd be drinking some Aztec.
They would chew something and spit it in a bottle and create alcohol that way.
Yeah, that's what they would do. That's true.
That's worse.
There was a guy on one of these programs, and he would go all over the world drinking stuff. And he went to one of these areas, and I can't really think he got so sick he quit the show.
Yeah, I think it's called pulque.
Yeah, something like that. He drank it, and he got sick to his stomach.
Jeez, I was talking with Ronald off the air yesterday about Indian street food. So a tourist died from it, and I sent him a video of Indian street food, and all the rats, they were feeding the rats. They were all hanging out with them. They were all congregating.
Well, in Peru, they'll eat guinea pigs. So
I'll never eat. I don't like street food to start with. I don't trust restaurants. And I don't really like food trucks because you pay a lot of money and I don't trust the cleanliness. You might.
Who's been eating at all these El Pasos you've been posting?
Well, I mean, I got to go somewhere, but I don't necessarily trust them,
Who's been eating at all these Chinese restaurants you've been posting?
I have, and I don't really trust Chinese restaurants.
And why do you go?
I think if I went in the kitchen, I'd never.
If I didn't trust somebody's cooking, I would flat out not go there. I wouldn't give a chance.
Yeah, but remember, at least in Louisiana, the restaurants are inspected by the State Department of Health. They do drop-in checks. Now, I'm not saying that some of those guys aren't paid off. I mean, they might get a little too.
Oh, here we go. Conspiracy theory.
All right. Well.
When they show up at the restaurant, did it go, surprise, I'm back?
Don't listen to him. He's had a little too much.
No, I think they do. Spot check. No, I think they do spot checks where they just show up. And they have had instances where they pulled their license, but it's very rare.
So you're saying you just, like 30 minutes ago, didn't do a live doing a review? Is that what you're saying?
I did a live review, but that was just a little bit of Canadian whiskey, and that was no big deal. Anyway,
it was pre-game.
Anyway, happy first day of Lent, Ash Wednesday, everyone who happens to be Catholic.
Yes, God bless everybody. Ash Wednesday.
A little still up, yeah, a little bit. It came off my hat.
All right, now I'm going to show the website for Sierra Nevada and talk about this beer a little bit. And I won't go long because I've been up since about 2:21, so I'm a little tired. 2:22, a little bit tired. All right, so here's Hop Tropical, available January to March. So at the end of this month, you're probably not going to be able to find it. And they show a beach.
So is that going to be a seasonable?
January to March.
Okay, so you thinking maybe that every 3 months they're going to come out with some kind of a new seasonable?
I get that impression, yeah. And like you and I were saying when we did the duo review, it's kind of strange that they came out with a summer beer during the winter, but maybe they figured people would want to think about summer or something.
Maybe they did it for California since they were on fire. Who knows?
Could be. Escape to Flavor Paradise with Hop Tropical IPA featuring hops grown in the Southern Hemisphere. I think they're bringing back their Southern Hemisphere without calling it
the Hemisphere series. Yes, that was a fantastic series. You get the big 22-ounce or 25-ounce bottles.
The lush aromas.
That. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that stuff was great. The lush aromas of mango and passion fruit beckon you to bold, fruity bliss, but only for a limited time. 6.5% alcohol, 50 bitterness units. They use two-row pale malt, so only one type of malt. They use Motueka and Riwaka hops. Those are like New Zealand type hops.
Wow, so many hops.
Ale yeast, and it's got 50 bitterness units, so it's pretty bitter. You can buy it in these 12 packs, which I've never seen. 6.5% alcohol.
That's a lot of calories.
190 calories, 12 carbs, so it's guaranteed to fatten you up.
Well, you ain't lying. Well, that's what's in this Bud Zero is 12 carbs.
Woo. Now you can win. You can join a sweepstakes and win a trip to Hawaii or the Caribbean. You can choose if you win the grand prize, Hawaii or the Caribbean. I think I'd choose
live in the Caribbean.
That'd be funny if sweepstakes. The prize was ribeye steaks for a sweepstakes.
That'd be cool.
And then like aged black Angus ribeye. Guarantee. You know, I don't trust any restaurants. You know, but you got to eat. What are you gonna do? Got to eat,
right? So I would choose the Caribbean because I can get there in about 4 hours as opposed to that miserable 12-hour, 10-hour trip to Hawaii, which was
12. What?
10 hours.
Long?
It was torment. Believe me, torment.
Oh, I remember United Airlines to San Diego. My knees were up against the seat in the front. I was like being crunched, and I couldn't. They put in what they did is they put in extra seats, for profit, and there was no leg room. So if you're tall, forget it. You're out of luck. United.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, back to this beer. The aroma.
That's what you do. If you don't trust anyone else's cooking, you make your own.
Oh, that's interesting.
Sardines. It's Lent. We can't eat meat on Fridays. For Catholic.
Sardines stir fry.
Broccolini. My broccoli. I planted broccoli in my garden, and now it's starting to look like broccolini.
What's a broccolini? Is like broccoli rabe, or is it just like a small, skinny version of broccoli?
It's broccoli. It's the broccoli they use to they use broccolini to make and cauliflower to make regular broccoli. But for some reason, mine came out looking like that.
Yeah,
it looks good. And capers. I threw a little garlic in that.
Capers, yeah.
Yep. And I used hot sauce ones. I got these from Aldi. They were 95 cents a can, and you get two huge sardines inside of it.
And I
turned
made,
out pretty good.
I'm gonna have. I made mackerel fish cakes from scratch. Mackerel fish cakes will hot and spicy, of course. I use a chili lime dry rub, whatever powdered seasoning.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Garlic, onions.
I was thinking about maybe starting a channel and maybe doing some stuff like this and putting it out there. Not so much beers, because it's already the market's already full. I think with these beer shows.
Yeah, well, people love cooking videos. So
alcohol consumption. Probably started during that.
Well, there's beer shows, but then there are shows about getting loud and boisterously drunk, and you don't learn anything from those shows. Yep. And you people out there know who you are.
I think that was a great concoction that you made, and you should post that photo in Everything is Food.
On
Facebook.
I'll even make up some kind of makeshift recipe.
All right, so this is very yellow, like James said, yellow gold. The aroma is tropical. It's very tropical. Use those New Zealand hops. It gives it a tropical aspect. And
pineapple. It does look pineapple-y, actually.
That's a good and it's bitter. It has a bitterness. And I like bitterness. Some people are very afraid of bitterness, but they don't explore it. They just say, "Oh, bitter."
IBU is bitter. hop measurement of bitterness and
Right. The top level is 100. The bottom level is 0. This is at 50. This
Not
is
true.
mid-range.
We drank one with over 112 IBUs.
Right, but well, yeah, it was 114. But according to the scientists, there's really no way your taste buds can perceive something above 100.
Yeah, it's almost like that. It's almost like that grading system they used to have in school when the kids got A pluses and then they got plus pluses and all that. And really,
Yeah.
all it did was make the teacher look better so they could keep their jobs and not get fired because they sucked.
And then they would give the kid a little decal, little star sticker.
Oh, yeah.
oh, the stars. I remember those.
All right, but
stars,
anyway,
yeah.
I'm going to give, but this one's going to
Yeah.
earn some stars
Yeah.
because this one's really good, and I think it's. Oh, the body is medium. The finish is mostly dry. It's a fantastic one. You know, Sierra Nevada has been kind of shaky to me. This is me speaking. Over the last
I have a
few
question
years,
about the beer before you go
kind of
on
shaky.
in another direction with this. Let's talk more about the hops. Do they taste like hops or do they taste like pith?
I would say that they taste like the rind, not pith, but the rind, like a lemon rind or an orange rind, or I don't know if there's such thing as a pineapple rind, maybe a spike, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's
skin.
zest, pith, and fruit. There is no rind. Zest, pith, or fruit. No rind.
Well, where does the zest come from? The zest comes from a lemon rind. If you take a lemon and you
The outside, the right.
They shave it. They shave it. Usually when they did make a Manhattan or something like that, they'll shave just the top and it get like a little curly and it'll go into the drink. Or they'll take like a hydroplane type thing, or like a little grater, grate it like that.
yeah, well,
So
whatever you want to call it, that's what it tastes like. Yeah.
It's like zest, Well, I use Zest deodorant soap, but that's
Right, and I took
James,
a
are you
bath.
feeling fully clean now?
Yes,
Zest
because
fully clean. You're not fully clean until you're Zest fully clean. Remember that?
well, I actually, ironically, I bathed today and I used Zest. And I was not fully clean until I was zestfully clean. I was very pleased with Zest.
Do you know why I use Zest? Because my health insurance pays for it. That's why, including the baking soda and peroxide toothpaste and yada yada and so on and so forth. So
What does yada yada mean? I remember I used to watch.
It means like so on and so forth.
So on.
Yada, yada, it was that. It was that sitcom was set in New York.
Seinfeld.
And they had the yada yada. They had the yada yada episode. And they go yada 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 yada.
Oh, you think she yada yada sex? Yeah, I've yada. Elaine goes, I've yada yada sex. So, yeah, I met this guy. He took me to a restaurant. I had lobster bisque, and yada yada yada. I never heard from him again. You skipped over the best part. Oh, I mentioned the bisque.
Remember she had the big dumb boyfriend for a while?
Oh, Putty. That was Patrick Warburton. Yeah, Putty.
Yeah, he played that character good.
Well, he was cool. Every time she threatened to leave him, he goes, all right, okay, bye. Goodbye.
Right. He knew how to handle her.
Right.
Till it get lost. Anyway, one more thing. I think this beer is going to get a great score because it's really enjoyable. I got 2 cans left. And I was doing some research before we did this show, and that's why we were a minute late. Because I saw that Winn-Dixie had this is a grocery store in Louisiana, James and David.
Oh, no, they had him in Maryland when my aunt and uncle were alive.
Wait, this is a grocery store in Louisiana? You're kidding.
So they have just listen. They have a sale right now this week, early next week. You have to buy one, get one free. You have to buy both. Buy one, get one free. But it's a brand of coffee called Chock full of Nuts. And I was wondering if Chock full of Nuts was worth buying.
No. Chock full of Nuts, which is a funny name. They've been around since before I was born.
No.
Now Chase and Sanborn used to be good. No more.
I got
Maxwell.
Maxwell House because it was on sale for $5.99 at my favorite
So
store.
you're saying don't buy the
No.
chocolate nuts?
If you like Old Nasty gas station tasting coffee, go ahead. Whatever floats your boat.
Well, I was looking at their website and they were bragging about how they started in New York in the 1930s and it's an awesome product. It's owned by an Italian company today called Zanetti. Italian.
It's on sale. It's owned by an Italian company. Yada yada yada. Go buy it.
I don't trust any of those Italians because they'll sell you fecal matter and put chocolate. They'll chocolate coat fecal matter and sell it to you. I don't trust any of them. Anyway,
I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. Ooh, this guy.
Casa di Rocco. Hey, Rocco. Hey, yo, Rocco. Let me call Rocco. Let me call Paulie for you. Anyway, Casa di Rocco it's a good wine. $9, by the way. That's the one great thing about Casa di Rocco. $9 for that bottle. And it has an aroma of like berries, like blueberries and blackberries, and maybe raspberries. It has a berry aroma, and
I don't think so.
It's dry and fruity. It's moderately. That would be moderately dry or moderately fruity. And that's about it, really. What can you really say about wine? I mean, the company says all kinds of things. You know, it's got notes of this, notes of that. You know, they go on and on.
No, I noticed when I went.
Things are just biased based on what you consumed or something.
I noticed when I went to New York. I noticed all the times I went to New York City, like Queens and all that, they had many wine shops. There's so many wine stores everywhere.
I tell you one thing.
That's because retailers make a boatload of money off of wine.
Yeah, they do. It's too bad that we had flash floods and thunderstorms because I've been watching the Arthur Avenue videos and oh man, they got a lot of great.
Oh, James, that was the thing I wanted to do really more than anything was go to that Little Italy in the Bronx, which is the real Little Italy, not that clip joint in Manhattan.
Oh, forget about it. That is a clip joint. That's a tourist trap clip joint. It's, you know, and what we had, I had fried calamari in the Italian section of Manhattan, and it was garbage compared to Johnny's Reef.
Oh, in the Bronx.
City Island when I was with you, it was no comparison. And the Arthur Avenue, they make those giant hero sandwiches with capicola and prosciutto and fresh mozzarella and those peppers, roasted peppers, and I think they put like balsamic wine vinegar on top.
And I think that probably 99% of tourists that go to New York City never ever heard of City Island.
Nope. You know what? A lot of people don't know about City Island. You know, my postman, Spanish guy, is from New York. He works over here in Edgewater. He lives in the city, and he knows City Island very well. And he knows Johnny's Reef. And I talked to him. I told him that we went there, and he says it's really a very nice place. You never know you're in the shithole city of New York.
We got a lot of Italian restaurants around here. I've never been to New York to eat Italian, but we've got a lot of Italian restaurants here that do a pretty good job.
That's what I heard. I heard there's
garbage.
It is an Italian community, and there's a famous gelato place.
Mm-hmm. You got that too.
Yeah, there's a real famous gelato place. Lots of restaurants. Because this girl that I know of, she from Chicago. She moved down there with her husband and her kids.
James, do you know the guy that does the one bite pizza challenges? He's from New York somewhere or Philadelphia or something like that.
I saw
down here. Yeah, he came down for Super Bowl, and he did about 5 or 6 of the pizza places around here. And the more he was trying, the more he was like, I can't believe they make pizza like this in Louisiana. I can't believe this is New Orleans. I was just going to come down here and get some seafood and gumbo. But no, I tried this and tried that. Of course, he slammed the ones that needed to be slammed, which I agreed on. And the other ones, he did reviews on 2 of them I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they got one of them that they said the lines around, they can't close. So many people showing up getting this pizza.
Well, they're Italians with a different accent. That's all.
Yeah,
Like
Italians went to New York. They went to New Orleans. They went to other American cities. Well, James,
we got a huge Sicilian population here too.
Yeah, a lot of Sicilians. Yeah.
Sicilians.
Well, they like to cook with eggplant, fresh sardines, and mostly eggplant is like the most popular ingredient in the Sicilian recipe.
Yeah.
There's one they call pasta con sarde, which is fresh sardines, fennel leaves, I think capers, so on and so forth.
And the Sicilians, their racial background
Is it
goes back.
similar to this?
They're more like Lebanese. Sicilians are Lebanese. They come from the Phoenician
Yeah.
Empire.
Well, they're mixed.
They're all washed out, man. You can't hold people to some kind of a population shift.
No, but I mean, Sicily was part of the Phoenician Lebanese Empire.
And the Greeks were there
How long
too.
ago?
Yeah, the Greeks.
How long ago?
Greeks.
How long ago? You don't think you don't think since this big time frame that you're going backwards in, and we haven't had people moving in a population
3,000 years. 3,000 years.
3,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago.
But wait a minute. Also,
right now,
wait a minute.
4 generations. It's horrible.
But wait a minute. Also, the Normans, the Vikings, came in and conquered Syria and Italy for a while, so there could be some Scandinavian mixed in with those people.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You don't think they had a little some going on, a little yada yada yada?
There's a lot of yada yada going on. And
There's a whole lot of yada yada yada.
my grandma, my paternal, no, wait a minute. My maternal grandmother's side, they were all light. I don't mean they were skinny, they were light, light hair, blue eyes, and everything. So yeah, I think Ronald is right. It's a big minestrone soup. Everybody was fraternizing with everybody else, and I watched the documentary how the first Hispanics were created. You had Cortez's men were being attacked by the Aztecs, and the King of Spain told them to get involved with the Aztec women, and that was the first.
And then you got yada yada.
The mestizos, the mixed. Mestizos means mixed. Now, James, earlier you were saying something about a girl. You were talking.
It usually is an indication that they're mixed with African American.
Well, yeah, the girl knows about love place.
No,
yeah,
you were talking about the girl. You're talking about the girl. You talk about a girl.
Right. Yeah. They brought the slaves to work the sugar cane. So they, Dominican Republic, and between the Taínos, the Indians of the Caribbean, the slaves, and the white honkies, the gringos, whatever you want to call, from Spain, and they all did their thing, the yada yada. And the girl lives in southern Louisiana, and she knows about your town. La Place or something like that.
It's La Place.
La Place.
Little place.
Little Place.
La Place.
And she's the one that told me about the Italian neighborhood and the gelato place is famous, and all the restaurants. So and what I admired is the fact that New Orleans has a parade for everything. Like there's always a celebration for everything, which is wonderful.
We just had parades yesterday.
Yeah.
If you went in a certain area, if you went in other certain areas looking for the parades, they said no.
Even parades
for you.
Oh, James.
Soup for you. They even have a Krampus parade. My idol, my mentor, Krampus.
Krampus, who showed up on one of my early morning reviews one time and spooked everybody out.
All right, I'm going to give this
No, wait. Hold off on the score. Any more descriptors of that product?
Oh, look, Mini Me. Dave has. What is he doing? Oh, he's drinking a little airline bottle.
Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Blue Label.
James, give a description of that product, and we're gonna get the score in a minute.
Very mild. I guess because of the 13% ABV. Very berry-like aroma. Fruity on the berry side, and
How nice of the crowd controllers to pose for me with their big bags of throws that they were catching.
what's in the bags? Crows?
Throws. Yeah.
Beads and doubloons and stuff. Okay,
That's how we go to a parade and getting paid, not only pay, but overtime pay and enjoying yourself.
Unbelievable.
the cops. In other words, the cops are watching the parade. Okay, James, let James give the description.
All right, it's a semi dry. It's fruity, but not too sweet. But it is a dry wine. I always like Pinot Noir, and I drink it for the antioxidant contribution, and as well as uncle oxidants, not just antioxidants, but it's good. I'm gonna give it. Can I give it a score?
Well, we're gonna come back to that. And talking about auntie and uncle, I still call it Uncle Ben's rice.
Yes, and is Eskimo? Did they take the Eskimo off of Eskimo pie?
Yeah, Eskimo pie was discontinued in 2020 because of the fanaticism, and now nobody buys it because it's called something like.
Well, they can't call it Inuit pie because that's the real name for Eskimos, right? The Inuit. Inuit and Outuit.
Yeah, man, one of those Inuit pies over there.
Shake it in, shake it out.
Oh, and one more thing, James. My town, Laplace, was named after a man who owned a plantation. His name was Basil Laplace.
Oh,
And
wow.
his plantation was next to a train depot, and so where the train stop was at his plantation, and it was the Laplace stop. That's how the town got its name.
What is the origin of andouille, as in andouille sausage?
I don't know. It comes from France. So I'm not sure.
Andouille might be like a town in a certain
France. Yeah, it could be. I think it was from Alsace, Lorraine, or something. But
andouille Louis.
But
it take like chopped up meat and they don't grind it as much for sausage, and they make it like that. It's almost like a cocopelli. If you had cocopelli, if you can get your hands on cocopelli, it's the same stuff.
But
I think cocopelli's a little spicier. Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, I was just going to tell you what happened to Basil Laplace.
The weight, yeah, the weight. So yeah, okay, go ahead.
Basil Laplace had his plantation next to the train railroad track, and he actually got shot and killed in 1888 because a man came home and Basil Laplace was in his house in the presence of the man's wife, and he was shot and killed with a shotgun. So the man took exception to him being in his home.
So it was like he was in his home, but he wasn't like doing anything with his wife.
Yada.
All I know is the man thought something was going on, and he came home, and the man was in his house, and he shot him through the body with a
all
shot.
these facts about all these different liquors and stuff, and you ask one question about your hometown and you don't know it.
He was killed under suspicious circumstances. Let's put it like that.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he got murdered.
That's a shame.
He was and somebody else's wife.
At least if he was killed, he should have been killed with a smile on his face. Instead, he was just standing there.
Oh boy!
You know, instead of in a state of copulation, you know, he was just standing there.
It was probably a situation where he said, "Let me get out of here before Mr. Blank comes home," and then Mr. Blank came home, and he was like, "Whoops." Okay, now Budweiser Zero.
Budweiser Zero. Does it taste like Budweiser? Kinda. It doesn't have that Budweiser beechwood flavor to it. Does it taste like beer? Yes, it does. The texture is kind of like a heavy beer. I guess that's the maltodextrin that they put in this is doing that. But the funniest thing about this, you only want to drink one or two because it's real grain heavy.
And if you want to read any of the stuff on the website, feel free to read it.
Blow it up a little bit. Let's see. The ingredients are barley, rice, water, and hops. Budweiser is brewed with only the finest 2-row and 6-row barley malt, hand selected from regional growers across America. We grew our lager using fresh Burton rice, milled, polished grain. Wow, amazing! All that extra care to rice grains, and immediately brewed for the crisp taste and smooth finish. Aren't they the number one users of rice in the United States?
Yeah, they buy more rice than any other company in
They
America.
use filtered water, test daily for purity by the brewmasters. The brewmasters, not some scientists, okay. And hops, only sustained most aromatic hops are selected to create the distinctive taste of Budweiser. Okay, it doesn't really say that much on there.
What, they got a bunch of elves with a little brush polishing the rice?
Pretty good. And then it's got all these different Budweisers. I've never seen this Budweiser Supreme. I don't know where that's at.
Oh God, Chelada. Ugh. I'll pass.
I actually like the Budweiser Chelada.
You've had Budweiser Supreme?
No, I'm trying to find the website. It's not coming up. They might have discontinued it. It's not coming
I've
up.
never seen it before. So, but
I like
the website good.
The girl from San Diego.
What's going on with the website? Why'd you kill it?
He killed it.
Well, I thought we covered everything on there. I could bring it back. But
You didn't ask if I was finished. You just made that decision on your own. I guess there's a little pregame coming in right now.
no.
Shake it up. Shake. We're having a cold rain right now here. Shake it up. Oh, you got one of those too? I got the rechargeable LED high intensity.
Yeah, I got those.
So, do you think Budweiser Zero is a good product for people that don't need to be
Thank
drinking
you
alcohol?
for allowing me to finish my review. I appreciate that 100%, and I appreciate the participation as well. Budweiser Zero. What's more to be said about this? Tastes like a beer. It's good. Do I think it's an alternative for people that don't want to drink? Yes. Do I think it's okay to have one of these if you want? Absolutely. If you want to go someplace and say you're at a crawfish boil or something like that, and you just want to have one of these because you like the taste of beer, I'd say try it. If you don't like it, then don't buy it again. I mean, you can always pick these up as singles, I'm sure, somewhere. Or worst comes to worst, get a 6-pack, share it with people. You never know. Some people might like it. You and I were discussing not too long ago that the beer market seems to be changing more toward light beers.
Yes.
We even know one company that's 80% of their production is light beer. These NAs are becoming quite popular. I see just about everyone's got them. I've seen Corona. I've seen Heineken. Athletic seems to be the number one selling beer out there for NA beers. And yeah, they're enjoyable. If you want something, and these beers are, this is not your old duels. And by the way, they've changed old duels too. It actually tastes better. Yeah, pick them up, give them a try. You never know; it might be your thing.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, would you rather drink this or Old Duels?
The new style Old Duels. It's okay. I mean, I'd have to do a side by side. I think they're very much close to the same. They're both made by the same company, and Old Duels was made by them first. So, yeah, we're gonna go down this journey as long as I'm allowed to come on. I'll only come on when we have this open style. I won't be coming on for Friday whiskeys or anything like that. So
That's understandable. Yes.
only when the show allows it. Other than that, I'll see y'all when the journey's over.
All right. Now we're going to do the scores. So I'm going to give a score. I really like this Sierra Nevada beer. I think they did a great job with it. I'm going to go with a 9.4 out of 10. I think it's most excellent. Too bad it's going to be discontinued after this month. Well, they might bring it back next year. I can't say they're going to totally discontinue. But yeah, if you see it, it's a good price for a 6-pack. It's not too expensive. So yeah. As far as show and tell, I have a lot of stuff, but I kind of showed it the other day, so I don't need to really bring that up again. And then this Sunday we got Super Sunday. Well, the good thing about Super Sunday is you can bring in anything you want. You can bring in coffee, tea, milk. Doesn't have to be alcohol. So
the only thing is it's in the morning.
It's in the morning, so a lot of people are still not.
That's why he's saying you can bring anything, because it is
10:30 a.m. Eastern time. But some people at 10:30 a.m. are almost about to eat lunch. So all right, so that's it. So
some people are just waking up at 10:30 a.m.
No, that's midday for me.
Well, the good thing about Fandango is you can get the little airline bottles of liquor or liquor, I guess. You need to stop putting Peps down for what they think and say.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who he's talking about. Tim, who are you talking about? Who?
I don't know. I didn't even understand that. Peps, what's Peps?
Peps. It's not Peps like Peps Blue Ribbon, right?
Maybe
now one of our Peps is going to give a score.
Or Pep smear, but that the gynecologist. Anyway. Anyway, it's Rocco.
Yeah.
Hey, where yo, Rocco? Casa di Rocco Pinot Noir. I'm going to give it a 95 because, first of all, I'm going to penalize it for the measly 13% ABV. Okay.
But isn't that most of those Pinot Noirs?
That's pretty standard.
I thought 14 was standard.
Well, it depends. It depends, James. It depends. Now, you said a 9? No, not. What did you say?
A 95. Well, first of all, I think I can't complain too much because it was $9. So I'm nine. It's 95 because it tastes great. It's $9, but it's not quite as good as the more expensive Yellowtail from Australia. That's a good wine. It's Australian for wine, mate. And then I think it's a little better.
Yeah.
But then again, it's more expensive. So I mean, for as far as bang for the buck, this is fantastic. So I'll give it a 95.
All right.
It's not bad wine. It's not the best, but can't complain too much for getting all this for $9. So
no. Now, any promos or show and tell?
Well, I've been doing my live stream on the weekend. The Progressive Discussions Uncensored Saturday is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Sunday, I do. Anyway, I didn't even catch that. On Sunday, I do the.
It's broken.
The mysticism followed by holistic health talk, and I use my consultant is Open Artificial Intelligence Consultant that I call the Mystifying Oracle, and we do the 5 different methods of divination, and
do you still use the divining rods?
No, I'm using it now. I'm talking to the robot, and the robot talks to me just like you guys do, And I start off with tarot cards, followed by astrological forecasts for the country now, followed by numerology, followed by I Ching, which is ancient Chinese divination, And last, it will be Chinese astrology, but it's all for the country unless somebody comes on and says, could you do it for me? Like Mick Von Raven, he came on and it's very accurate and very detailed. So, and then after that, we pick a health topic, and David was all over him. What was he saying?
Yeah.
David was browbeating Ronald Terrier. What does he mean by that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the only comments I see when we do shows is negative comments.
Oh yeah, what's with all these?
Other comments.
What's with the rest of them?
I don't even know why we having negative comments come up. I wish you wouldn't even show them, Jay. It makes the show kind of not enjoyable. We got to sit here and read all these negative comments.
Well, when I get trolls on Saturday, when I get trolls, I don't even acknowledge them anymore. I don't even show what they have to say, unless there's no panelists, and I want to not argue with them, but
I would take "oh well" as meaning you're just going to show them anyway.
Well, it gives me something to do. If there's no panel, if there's nobody on the panel, I'll show what the troll says and then mock the troll on how stupid and ridiculous their comment is. And otherwise, if I'm done with my topics, there's nothing else.
Now, James, in New Orleans, right next door to the Immaculate Conception Jesuit Church, there's a spa, a Chinese spa. Do you think that they would have any kind of Chinese zodiac or Chinese astrology?
Chinese astrology and I Ching is a lot deeper than you think. What I do is I take these feng shui coins, 3 of them. I got a whole bag of them now. I take these feng shui coins and I shake them. I use an herb container. I shake it and then dump it out. And however they fall, heads or tails, like this will be yang based on Taoism. This will be yin. Okay, this is heads, this is tails. So I would say 1 yang, 2 yin, or 3 yang, or 3 yin. And then if it pertains to each line of a hexagram, 6. So I do 6 tosses, and I give the configuration to the OpenAI consultant, and it forms the hexagram. Now, once the 6 tosses are complete and the hexagram is formed, then the divination, the forecast is based on the hexagram lines, whether they're broken in certain area. It's very deep. That's why I don't do it on my own.
Right. Do you know any? And one more thing, because we got to go on. We've been going on almost an hour. Do you know anything about ley lines?
Ley line is that if you're outside with a girl, you want to get laid?
No. Ley lines. No.
No. Okay. Ley lines. No, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, there's something with that. Yeah.
What are you talking about, Ron? What is a ley line?
Don't tell me. I'm not at liberty to speak about that.
And they throw chicken bones.
Don't bring it up then. If you don't want to talk about it, open discussion. Why'd you bring it up and not explain it?
The voodoo practitioners use they throw chicken bones on the ground, and however they fall, they
just look it up. And
I'll look it up.
I don't know why you brought it up. You bring a subject up.
James is talking about metaphysical. No, because James is talking about metaphysical.
Yes, it's metaphysical. All right, hold on. I don't. My divining rods were fake. I thought it was solid copper. It was copper coated, so they ended up. I ended up getting pissed and breaking them and throwing them out. Because I thought they were pure copper. But anyway, I could get more. Ley lines. Can't. The font is very small.
I'll blow it up.
Oh. Just hocus pocus.
Oh, there we go. Straight alignments drawn between various historic structures. Okay. Huh. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Interesting.
They thought the ley lines were recognized by ancient societies that deliberately erected structures along them.
They were strategically built along these. Oh yeah, I saw a documentary involving the pyramids of Mesoamerica. Mayan pyramids.
Of course, it says Germany in here. That's why we're reading this.
Yeah, archaeologists and scientists regard ley lines as an example of pseudo-archaeology and pseudoscience. All right.
Yeah, like Stonehenge was built in an area where the sunrise came up perfectly over the center.
Boy.
Anyway, I heard about those things and I thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, alchemy is fascinating. The crop circles that could be extraterrestrial. Then there's NASCAR in the deserts of Peru.
Are those ley lines that this figure is supposed to be holding?
Yeah, it's in Sussex, England.
Okay.
Prehistoric carving.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Am I going to allow him to finish the review and do my score?
Yes.
Or are you just going to go on with all this hocus pocus? Pocus. Oh, I'm back. Hocus.
Oh.
Hocus pocus. Okay. Grade on Budweiser 0. I think they did a real good job with this. I like the fact that it tastes like beer and it does have a fullness effect to it, just like a full regular heavy bottled beer would have. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I give it a good score. I give it like a 92. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. I may have scored it higher in previous seasons of doing this or lower. I don't remember.
I know it's hard to remember.
That just means you need to consume some more omega-3 fatty acids. Might I suggest? What
is that stuff I got? Oh, organic flaxseed meal I've been using.
Oh yeah. Well, you better post that on.
Sardines.
Oh, yeah, mackerel and sardines are very high in. Oh, mate, this is the tarot card.
5 grams of omega-3 fatty acids in this.
Lacoste, the alligator, the crocodile,
Lacoste. Yes. Cocodrilo.
Izod Lacoste. All right.
A local company around here puts a crawfish on theirs.
Yeah, a local company does the crawfish. That's Perlis.
Oh, really? There's a shirt with a crawfish.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when Lacoste was boycotting the United States in the late 70s, another company called what was the name of that company? Started making their own shirt. Polo Saint Laurent.
Remember that. Now they could have done La Pew, as in Pepe Le Pew.
And then Hilfiger came out in the 80s.
Tommy Hilfiger, yeah.
But they came with an original logo that it looked like a crest with the big like Caesar helmet or Caesar crown. They had an original one and then they had another one.
Oh, look at that! How cute! Look at that, Perlis. Yeah.
Perlis.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Very expensive brand too.
Really?
Yep.
I like crustaceans and arachnids and all that. Yeah, that
You can probably order that and have it shipped to you. Look, it's the same price as probably what you're paying for the shirt you have on now.
Well, this was
about 80.
All my Izods were a gift from some chickie poo. I didn't pay. I wouldn't pay a lot of money for clothes.
Well, I wouldn't pay $85 for a shirt.
Or polo, $85.
Polo shirt. You got to be kidding me. Maybe a nice dress shirt.
I'd rather go to Walmart and get a polo if I had to buy one. You know,
$85.
Yeah,
$85. Look at that. Yeah. Yikes.
Oh, that's
But James, but to be fair, James, you can get a seersucker suit.
For 400.
Seersucker suit.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at that.
For only $400. That's your bargain. That's your bargain right there.
What is the fabric mohair? I always wonder. Mo, is that in no relation to Mo from the Stooges?
99% cotton and 1% lycra.
Oh, that's mohair? I didn't know that. Oh, you mean the seersucker? Wait a minute. Cotton and lycra.
It's only $395. You get
That's
a whole
all
$5 discount.
And I bet it's made in the third world country or China, and then they have the label on it and they rip you off.
Now that's your value right there. $395.
Your tariffs get kicking.
You know, fashion is a big racket. You know,
I think the markup from wholesale to retail is like 300%, isn't it?
Yeah, my sister used to work in that business when she was young. She told me, you know, it's a big scam. You know, they're all made in third world countries, and they slap the, you know, some of them get the label that goes to Kmart or whatever, Walmart. The other one gets the design. You know, like
I was talking to a guy who used to do beer reviews, but he never really stuck with it. He lives in Queens. He lives in Queens, New York City. He said that he worked at Italian restaurants. He told me, he said, never buy liquor at an Italian restaurant in New York City, because if you buy Crown Royal, I guarantee you it is not Crown Royal.
why did you think I said I don't trust any of those them Dar Italians? I don't trust any of them. I heard stories at holiday family get-togethers where the guy was bragging that he gave somebody like a bottle of really expensive liquor, and it was totally counterfeit. It was bogus. I believe
All right.
it. Yeah.
All right. I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to check out.
Okay, well, thanks for joining, everybody. It's been a great hangout. It was a lot of fun, and everybody have a good night's rest, and see y'all soon.
Fish
All
cake,
right.
mackerel cake.
Good night.
All right, bye-bye. We're turning it off right now.
Right now, right this second.